Good morning, children. Today I am going to start history lesson 1, where, when, and how, the medieval period of India. Okay, so history means the thing which happened already in the past, where it happened, when it happened, and how it happened. The study about it is known as history. And history is divided into three parts: ancient history, medieval history, and modern history. Okay, so history is divided into three periods: ancient history, medieval history, and modern history. In 6th class you studied about the ancient history. Now in this 7th standard you will study about medieval history. Okay, so medieval history means middle age. Medieval history means middle age. And this word is taken from Latin word media, medius and aevum. Medius and aevum, which means middle age. So medieval history means middle age. Okay, so now we are learning about the medieval history. Therefore, when a period is called medieval, it means the period which is in the middle of human history. Clear about the medieval history? Means when we studied about the medieval history, it means the period which is middle in the human history. This is known as the medieval history. And the ancient history, all the history is divided into three periods: ancient history, medieval history, and modern history. So ancient history is said to be stretched, means is taken from the time when the human learned to before a human learned to write. The ancient history is set from the time when the human learned to write to Emperor Harshvardhan. Harshvardhan was a great emperor. So when the Emperor Harshvardhan died, till that CE means 647 CE. So ancient period is taken from the time between the human learned to write and the death of great emperor Harshvardhan. So clear about it? Ancient period is between the human learned to write and the great emperor Harshvardhan death in 647 CE. Now the medieval period of Indian history is taken from 647 to 1700 CE, means after the death of Harshvardhan to till the breaking of Mughal Empire. And okay, to till the breaking of Mughal Empire. The medieval period in India is further divided into two parts, two periods. The medieval period of Indian history is divided into two periods: early medieval period between 647 and 1200 CE, and later medieval period 1200 CE to 1700 CE. So medieval period also divided into two periods: early medieval period and later medieval period. Early medieval period start from 647 to 1200 CEE, and later medieval period start from 1200 to 1700 CE. And the third is modern period, modern history of India, is stretched from 1700 CE to till today. So modern period of Indian history stretched from 1700 CE to till today. Clear? So this history is divided into three periods: ancient history, medieval history, and modern history. And this period in India is so far the stretching of all fields. This medieval period in India saw far searching changes in all the fields. Means when the medieval period started in India, so in all the fields many changes happened. Political field, social field, cultural field and economic field. In all the field, political, social, cultural and economic changes happened. In North India, several independent kingdoms had came up after the death of Harshvardhan's. Small several kingdoms came up and they fought for each other. They fought for each other to show their supremacy to others. And taking the advantage of political instability and lack of unity among the Indian rulers. Because of this political instability and lack of unity among the Indian ruler spread. The tribes came from Central Asia entered in India. By taking this advantage, political instability and lack of unity among the Indian rulers, many tribes from Central Asia they entered in India from the mountain passes in the northwest, and they went in established mighty empire in India, and for to establish a great empire, for this purpose they came to India. The medieval period of Indian history is identified today with a series of Turkish. So many outsiders, many people from other countries they came to India. One by one they came to India, like Turkish, the people from Turkestan, people from Afghanistan means Afghan, Persian and Mongol dynasty they came to India and ruled over India. In the beginning of medieval period, South India remained largely unaffected. As they came first, India remained largely unaffected by the event of North. And slowly many dynasties established their own empire. Now the impact of geography on history. The Indian geographical structure also impact on the history. India is a very vast country and its geographical structure also affected the history. India is a vast land with 5,422 kilometer long coastline. India has a vast coastline. The total length 5,422 kilometer coastline. Okay, and the Himalaya mountain ranges, which stretches over 2,575 kilometer along the north of India. This is the stretch of Himalaya, cut off the Indian subcontinent from the rest of Asia, and that has resulted in India being physically and culturally distinct from the rest of Asia. The Indian subcontinent is a term used as to describe the area consisting of present-day countries of India, Pakistan, Bhutan, Nepal and Bangladesh. These are the neighboring countries of India, Pakistan, Bhutan, Nepal and Bangladesh. And Himalaya have posed a barrier for many who wanted to conquer this land. So Himalaya act like a barrier and barrier to stop the enemies who came to India. But the passes means this narrow pathway from the people can travel. From the passes, the point along the ranges which the lower than the surroundings peaks, the people allowed it to come. So from that peaks the travelers also passes and invaders also they came to India. Many of these invaders like the Turks and the Mongols. They came to India and they ruled. Due to the distinct nature of India's physiographic features means relief different landforms. Relief means different landforms. Indian history developed differently in its different region. Like, what are the different regions? The northern plains comprising the basin of river Indus and Ganga. The northern plain is very fertile and stretches between river Indus and Ganga, and it was a great attraction for the invaders because it was very fertile land. Still, it is a very fertile land. The Ganga was a seat of many great empires. This was the reason, and was under constant threat from the invaders. Several invaders came to India. On the country, the southern peninsula. Our country is a peninsula country. Peninsula country means surrounded from three sides by water. The Vindhya and Satpura mountain range also acted as a barrier and not allowed to enter to India. The southern movement of Turks and the Mongols, and Deccan and the southern involved a unique culture also. All these things, they stretch a unique culture. The kingdom in the south also, they had a long coastline, and like the Cholas and the Pandyas developed strong navies. Okay, so in the south also many kingdoms established, like the Chola kingdom and the Pandyas kingdom. They developed strong navies, and these kingdoms were therefore able to establish empire and extended across the Indian Ocean, included the island of Sri Lanka and Indonesia. They also ruled, the Cholas and the Pandyas, they ruled over these countries. Now the term used to describe the Indian subcontinent. India has so many names. 1,000 years of its in history, the Indian subcontinent has known as the various names. During the Vedic age, the India was called Saptasindhu. Saptasindhu means land of 7 rivers. In the northern part of India, 7 rivers were flow. So, Saptasindhu means land of 7 rivers. What were these rivers? These rivers were the Indus, Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas, Satluj and Saraswati. These were the 7 rivers flew in India. And Sindhu was a Sanskrit name for the Indus. Okay, and Sindhu was the Sanskrit name, Indus. And the earliest reference as the name is in जैन अवस्था, और ये जैन अवस्था का ही एक नाम है. जैन अवस्था is a holy book of ancient Persian. जैन अवस्था is a holy book of Persian. But there it is referred it as to Hept Hindu. In Sanskrit, they referred as Hept Hindu, means in place of H, and H gets replaced by S, and Persian replaced H by S, and thus Sindhu or Hindu. That's why they called it Sapt Sindhu, was the name of Indian for many ancient times. Another theory was that Hindu was derived from the Sanskrit word Indu. The Hindu was derived from the Sanskrit word Indu, and Indu was another word for som. Another word for som. It is a drink. It is a drink of Vedic people. Vedic people drink it. The som played an important role in the Vedic ritual. First, the som was offered to God, and then they consumed, means used, then they drank. So the Hindus were the people who drank this Hindu, known as Hindu and were blessed by it, and that land where they lived, that is known as Hindustan. Another theory is, after the coming of Aryans and the spread of Vedic culture, the northern India came to be known as Aryavart. As the Aryan entered in India, the northern plain came to be known as Aryavart, or the land of Aryans. And India was also known as Bharatvarsha. Bharatvarsh means, or the land of Bharat. Bharat was a great leader where the descendants of Bharat lived. Bharat was the son of King Dushyanta. King Dushyanta was a mythical king and who believed to have conquered and ruled over the whole Indian subcontinent. Okay, so Bharat was a son of King Dushyanta. Because of his name, our country is known as Bharat Varsha. In Arabic and Persian literature of the medieval period, the Indian subcontinent is referred to as a Hind. अरेबियन और पर्शियन में भी मेडिवल पीरियड में इंडियन सबकॉन्टिनेंट को हिंद कहा गया. एंड द पीपल हु लिव्ड देयर, दे आर नोन एज हिंदूज. एंड द ग्रीक also called this land Indica, and it is most probably from Indica, and then subcontinent got its modern name India. Okay, so these are the terms used for the Indian subcontinent. And tomorrow I will explain about the source of information for medieval history. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.